Hey, it's Wallace. I am sitting in my hotel room and I have about an hour and 45 minutes before I have to leave. I still have to pack and get ready to go, but I wanted to squeeze in just a few more minutes of writing time, and I wanted to have a little bit of a chat. I've been going over in my head about how close to the chest I wanted to keep information about my story. I've been pretty coy about title names, character names, and overall plot. And I'm just wondering if that's really the strategy that I want to adopt. I personally find that the author tubers I tend to connect most with are the ones that are a little bit more open about the projects they're working on. Of course, there's a part of me that's really hesitant to kind of give anything away, not just from a spoiler standpoint, but from a what if somebody could take this idea standpoint, but also more of a what if it changes and I've set up false expectations standpoint. I think that's my biggest fear. That being said, one of the reasons I started an AuthorTube channel was because I wanted to document my writing process, specifically for in the future I can look back and see where I got certain ideas or just how my ideas developed over time. And I think it'll be a shame if I edited all that stuff out just because I was afraid of it changing down the line. So I was thinking for my video today, since I'm gonna be traveling and busy, I would just do a short little discussion about aspects of my story that I'm comfortable and willing to share at this particular moment. So first things first, I'm gonna do the description of my story in the X meets Y kind of vein. I saw this on the NaNoWriMo forums, and lots of people were putting kind of comparisons of two different famous stories mashed together, and that's how they would describe their story. So if I had to describe my idea in that kind of context, I would say it is Anastasia meets Dirty Rotten Scoundrels meets Andy Weir's The Egg. If you're not familiar with The Egg, I'll link it in the description below. It's a short story written by the author of The Martian. I stumbled upon it, like literally using the site StumbleUpon, who remembers that, probably 10 or 12 years ago, and it's just an incredible story with, I think, a really interesting philosophy, and it's kind of stuck in the back of my mind for a really long time, and I wanted to write a story about a world in which that philosophy was something that people believed, I guess is how I will phrase it. I'm taking that, so kind of the beginning aspect of the world I'm writing in is that reincarnation has been proven to exist. And that's kind of the sandbox I've set up for myself, and now I get to play in that sandbox. So it is about reincarnation. Well, no, it's not about reincarnation. I would say the reincarnation aspect of it is definitely takes a backseat to the experiences that the characters are gonna go through. At least that's my hope, but who knows? I could end up kind of falling to the cliche of just exploring the world too much. I am hesitant to call it science fiction. I would say it's more speculative fiction. Not even that extreme though. But all that aside, I think Anastasia meets Dirty Rotten Scoundrels meets The Egg is a pretty good mashup of the tone I'm trying to go for and the story I'm trying to tell. A little bit. There's some nuance, obviously, but the other big thing I wanted to talk about was, or is, my working title. In all my videos right now, I've been referring to the story as Project HR, and that's been kind of getting on my nerves because it makes me think of human resources, and I kind of just want to refer to it by its actual working title. So the working title is Helical Rising, which I feel like I have to do disclaimers for everything. Like I felt like I had to disclaim why my main character's name was Andromeda. But so I know that there are so many stories right now out there with a X rising in the title, and so the title is very likely to change eventually. However, the reason why I am operating under the working title Helical Rising right now, and I have a cold, so I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying, so I'll write it along in a title. It's Helical Rising. And the reason why I chose that as the working title is because Helical Rising is a astronomical term. We're gonna have a little astronomy lesson for a second, you guys. After months and months that a star has not been visible in the night sky because it's too close to the sun, the starlight has been drowned out by the sun's light. Eventually, the Earth's placement around the sun will change enough that that star becomes visible again for just a few minutes right before dawn, before again being drowned out by the sun's light. And then the next night it'll be visible for a little bit longer, and the next night a little longer and longer, after that, until it's officially a nighttime star. And that first day that it is visible after months of not being visible is called the star's helical rising. A really famous example of a helical rising is the dog star Sirius. It has its helical rising in, I think, late July, which happens to be one of the hottest times of the year. And I think that is where the phrase dog days comes from, because when Sirius is having its helical rising, it's typically the hottest, most miserable time of year. But it was an incredibly important astronomical event for ancient cultures, and specifically ancient Egypt. They marked their calendars by the helical rising of Sirius because it happened to coincide with the flooding of the Nile, and so they knew, they based their whole agricultural system around it. It also had more philosophical and religious importance and was seen as a sign of rebirth and renewal. There we go. That long-winded astronomy lesson was the explanation for why my working title is Helical Rising. It's because it's an event in astronomy, which I studied astronomy in college. I don't know how many million times I've mentioned that in these videos, but that's what I did. It's an astronomical event that is related to rebirth and specifically reincarnation. Also, in general, I really like the word helical, and I just wanted to have that in my title. So really, two birds in one stone. That's gonna be it for me. I really do need to get in maybe half an hour of writing, and then I have to pack. I'm gonna really rough cut edit this video and try and use the hotel Wi-Fi to upload it. We'll see, before I have to go off and travel. So I'll leave down in the description what my word count for the day was. But in the meantime, please leave a comment and let me know if you're willing to share the working title of your story. I would love to know it, and any explanation for why you have titled your story that way. There doesn't always have to be some greater, deeper meaning in why you've chosen a name or a title or a chapter title or anything like that. But if for some reason you have a character's name that you're really proud of, or anything like that that you're just really proud of, and you want to share and explain why you chose it and kind of your deeper meaning, I eat that stuff up. So please leave a comment and let me know. I hope your third day of NaNoWriMo went fantastically and your writing went even better. I am sending everybody good vibes and good wishes. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Bye. It's an astronomical. That's awesome. Definitely putting that at the end.